Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody. This is Sajid Qureshi. In this video, I'm going to discuss about nouns. In my last video, I discussed about word classes which are parts of a speech. As I told you, just a quick recap of my last video about the word classes. The word classes, as I told you, are divided into two categories: content words and structural words. So the first content word in word class is noun. Now you know nouns are the names of different things, people, places, and expressions. Nouns have different types. There are common nouns, proper nouns, abstract nouns, material nouns, countable nouns, uncountable nouns. The most important in nouns are countable and uncountable nouns. Why I chose to discuss countable and uncountable nouns? Because students make mistake here when they structure their sentences. They make the mistakes here in countable and uncountable noun in their speaking and in their writing. As you know that countable nouns, of course, nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns, and the nouns which cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. For example, countable nouns are chairs, students, cities, books, trees, vehicles, dollars, rupees, stars, hairs, clouds, problems. Uncountable nouns which you cannot count: sugar, rice, beauty, anger, information, knowledge. These are abstract nouns. Remember, all abstract nouns are uncountable nouns. Money, wealth, punishment, hair, cloud, problem. Now you see there are some words which are similar. For example, here I have written in countable column and I have written there in uncountable noun. Okay. Remember one thing: countable nouns, if they are one, if it is one, for example, chair, one. So this will be used with is or was. There is a chair in my class. There is a student in the office. There was a book on my table. If it is one, you have to use is or was. If it is more than one, you will use are or were. There are so many trees in the garden. There are so many vehicles on the road. But uncountable nouns are always singular. You cannot make them plural. You cannot say sugars or rice or beauties or angers. Okay. So when we talk about uncountable nouns, you have to use is or was. For example, there is sugar. There is no sugar. There is rice. There was rice. There is much beauty in the garden. There is a lot of anger on your face. So you can use this is or was for uncountable noun. Now, see, stars, although, I mean literally if you see, stars we cannot count, but it comes in English language, it is considered as countable nouns. Hairs, if the hair is on your head, it is uncountable. If they are broken, strands of hair also we say. If they are lying on the floor or on your shirt, they are countable. You can say there are many hairs on your shirt. Clouds, if they are on with patches, so you can use countable nouns. As a countable, you can consider them countable. But if there is a huge cloud which has completely covered the sky, a big layer of that, you can consider it as uncountable noun. Similarly, if you see, there are different types of problems, 1, 2, 3 different categories of problems, you consider them countable. If the problem is a huge one problem, but it is so complicated, huge, so that is uncountable. Now see, we use these countable and uncountable nouns when some determiners, These are the determiners, and we use them with countable or uncountable nouns. Now, for example, many. Many we always use with countable nouns. Many is never used with uncountable, always used with countable nouns. There are many chairs. And much always with uncountable. And remember, you have to use is or was with uncountable. You can say there is much sugar in the jar, there is much rice in the bag, there is much beauty in the garden, okay? Or in the party, there was much beauty in the party, all right? So you can use like that. A few means, you can consider it 10% of the total, okay? A few is used for countable nouns, a few students have arrived, and a little is used with uncountable noun. A little, I have a little information. You cannot say, I have a few informations, or you cannot never add as to them, okay? Always singular. There is a little information. I have a little knowledge. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. You remember this problem. Okay, now a number of, huge. A number of is used with countable nouns. An amount of is used with uncountable nouns. Similarly, a lot, used with both. For example, there are a lot of chairs in my class. Remember, when you are using a lot with countable, you have to use are. There are a lot of chairs, there are a lot of vehicles in the class. But if you use a lot with uncountable, you have to use is. There is a lot of information. There is a lot of money in my pocket. There is a lot of wealth in the city. There is a lot of punishment in the college, okay? So you can use this a lot. Similar case with some. Some is about 40, 50%, okay? So you can use some with both, but remember, if it is countable, with countable, you can use are. There are some trees, there are some vehicles, I have some problems, okay? Or if you are using with uncountable, you will use with is. There is some money, there is some sugar, there is some hair on your head, okay? So you can use this like that, okay? Remember this, dollars and rupees, it's currency, okay? When it is currency, it is countable. But when you talk about only money, the word come only money. So money doesn't actually define what currency you have. If you say, I have a lot of money, it might include rupees, dollars, dirhams, reals, all sort of money, okay? So you can use this as an uncountable noun. I have much money. How much money do you have? I have much money. And then you say, I have many dollars. I have many rupees. I have many reals. I have many dirhams. So when you talk about currency, this is countable. But when you talk about just word money, it includes all currency, this will be uncountable, okay? So I hope in today's video, you have understood countable and uncountable nouns very well with the usage of determiners. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.